Hey, hello, and welcome everyone to Community Spotlight number 3 of Open Web Foundry number 6. We've got some really cool projects here. We've got six projects that are all going to be presenting what they're building on Arweave, and we're really excited to be able to showcase them to you today. So each presentation is going to be around 5 minutes, and then we're going to have a mingle session afterwards. So if you guys have any questions for the founders and the projects, feel free to, we're going to come into the audience and feel free to ask them any questions that you may have. So first things first, we have Foreverland. So if you guys want to come up to the microphones here and start your presentation. Hey, Val.
Hi, do you see me okay? Do you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Great, perfect. Let me share my screen. And here it is. All right.
Looks good.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. I'm Val, a global marketing manager from Foreverland. First of all, I'd like to thank Arweave for today's meeting. It's a pleasure to be here. So let me briefly introduce Foreverland. Foreverland is a Web3 cloud computing platform that integrates storage, computing, and network core capabilities. Our aim is to help users to make a smooth leap from Web 2 to Web 3 and become the infrastructure for millions of Web 3 developers and applications. Here's our architecture. Basically, architecture of Foreverland includes 3 parts. The first part is for Everland IBC. We do provide developers with chain state synchronization and multi-chain deployment services. The second part is our storage. It is based on a diversified storage protocol. We are integrated with IPFS, but right now we are developing the integration with Arweave. Beyond that, there is the global gateway part. We have developed and integrated many features on that, such as DDNS, Data IO, Cert Manager, and Global Acceleration. Based on all of that, on all of these parts, we do provide developers with diversified cloud computing services with stable network capacity. Currently, our products include hosting and bucket. Hosting helps host websites or dApps based on IPFS. The bucket is an S3 compatible storage aggregator with a decentralized storage layer. And here are some features of them. Our storage layer is distributed because we do integrate the full IPFS-based functionality. Also, our products are compatible with Amazon S3 to help developers with seamless data migration from Web 2 to Web 3 storage. We provide a dedicated gateway with global acceleration, helping data have a smooth and faster transfer. Also, we do not have any KYC policy. Our users can log in using their wallets, and the products are, and both products hosting and buckets are completely censorship resistant. Also, we do provide data tools to help developers with maintaining and operating their projects. And even after nearly 1 year of development, we have a really good IPFS foundation and developer foundation. Back in 2019, the Arweave team posted a plan to build a bridge between IPFS and Arweave. And today we've decided to integrate Arweave and build this bridge. Here's the logic of integration. We'll let users upload their files and metadata to Arweave and IPFS. Uploaded files can be synchronized between two storage layers. Beyond that, we'll provide the function to upload and synchronize files based on the hash to migrate files from one ecosystem to the other. For Everland will act like a bridge to empower both ecosystems. And this integration will be compatible with Amazon S3. Our Swarm storage nodes will be based on our token economy and consensus mechanisms to ensure the entire network is stable, safe, and fast. We also do have some differences for the billing part and provide a diversified way to for the users about the storage space. For instance, we would like free storage, sponsorship plans, different payment logic, and our token economy will actually be associated with Arweave. Here's some integration renderings. The first step is to log in using a wallet with your Ethereum address. You can choose to make a bucket on Arweave directly. Then in a bucket or folder, you can choose any file to synchronize to Arweave. Then you can check the synchronization process from our history, or you can click on the file and get the info. Also, you may verify on Arweave. Because Bucket itself is compatible with S3, developers can quickly migrate data from Arweave to Arweave and bind their own domain names to complete seamless migration. So all above renderings I mentioned is actually the first stage of integration, and what we presented on OWF. But here's the follow-up on the following. Here's the follow-up on integration plan that we would have implemented later. Um, all in all, we'll have start a long-term development and contribution around Arweave in the future. So with Foreverlands, what's actually new? Let me make a small summary. So we're gonna provide a solution for the files on Arweave to synchronize with IPFS. It will be stable and fast gateway service. So files on Arweave can enjoy Foreverlands gateway service with global acceleration, and also enjoy the all IPFS public gateways for permanent access. It will be compatible with S3, so developers can seamlessly migrate from centralized storage to Arweave. And also, developers would be able to use multiple development tools for Everland and IPFS, like Data.io, Cert Manager, and so on and so forth. And also, Arweave will get a new strong community. So here's our links. You may check this out, and welcome to our community. Become the member of Foreverland. Thank you guys for having me today. It's much appreciated.
Thanks, Val. That was a great presentation. We're going to be posting this on YouTube. So if anyone wants to access any of those links and join the Discord or Telegram and join any of these communities that you see here today, we're going to be posting it later. So you guys can do that. Perfect. Okay. And next up, we have Uniku, which is a tag that can authenticate something in physical space and link its history to an NFT. So Inigo, if you can come up here and present Uniku for everybody. Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Perfect. You're being spotlighted right now.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't. I can't share my screen now. I don't know why. Let me.
Oh, okay.
check.
Interesting. We can have you go next if that's easier.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
Perfect. You can go. Just go to the backstage, and then we'll get the next person up. Okay, and next up we'll have Cryptnote in that case. We always run into these technical problems. It's no big deal. We'll get Cryptnote up now. And this is K. So K from Cryptnote, if you could just come to the microphone stand here. Okay, in that case, we'll do, if K can't reach, then we can do Keyshawn from Vinci's. Might be easier. Perfect. Thank you, Keyshawn.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jesse. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Hey, thanks for being here, Keyshawn. And you're going to be presenting Vinci's social local advertising platform. So whenever you're ready, you can share your screen.
So is my screen shared?
Yep. And then yet. Just in slideshow. There you go. Perfect.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Kishan, and I am the founder of Vincy's. We are creating an ecosystem, a new advertising ecosystem of consumer advertising technologies. What that means is basically we are creating technologies for advertising that can generate value for the businesses as well as the audiences that are interacting with them. So when we started working in the advertising industry, we found out that people hate advertising, and with people we mean the people that are associated with it on the business side as well as the normal people. The business side people are always trying to get more and more attention from their audience and consumers by using a certain number of tools, and the audience are always trying to avoid to give this to fall on the traps to give their attention to the brands and audiences. So this whole tussle in the advertising industry has created a cat and mouse game in the advertising industry, where one party tries to get the attention from other and the other party tries to avoid it. So the whole of this ecosystem results in ad frauds, where there are some discrepancies sorry. So this whole Web 2.0 advertising ecosystem has resulted in a certain number of flaws that we have found out in our study, and we found out that 20% of ad budget is lost in ad frauds, and more of the revenue that that is being generated through advertising is shared among the platform and the content creators. Uh, the major portion of that revenue is shared by the platform, and the platform is the one who provides data and revenue to the agencies and the content creators. So we decided to create a decentralized advertising ecosystem in which all the components of the advertising industries are connected to one another directly and engage and interact with each other. So we first created an application platform in which we can create campaigns and monitor and track the campaign effectively and more efficiently, as well as we also created some hardware technologies through which we can integrate the physical advertising assets in the outside world with the Web3 industry and the internet industry. So how it all is going to work is that the advertising agencies, the content creators, and the brands are going to deploy their campaigns on our platform, and try to get to the audience the information that they want to convey to the audience. And when anyone in the audience who wants to interact or engage with the content, is they are going to interact with them through our platform and get incentivized for the interaction, the data, and the attention. So we are trying to create a whole circuit in which a brand can display the message that they want to display, and the audience can interact with the brands directly without any third parties or intermediaries. So there is a better transparency in data, and there is a better trust in the ecosystem. So if you want to, I will just share a demo here for the application. So is my screen shared?
Yep, we can see it.
So this is basically an advertising asset that on our platform. So this is basically a website in which we have implemented our API through which we can basically display a screen on the website and then get the attention from the visitors and create a whole advertising campaign from there. So this is the screen that we have created in our on our platform, and this is how it is being shown on the real website, that is a WordPress site, and we have created a plugin for that, and we have also created an npm module for React applications, so you can also use our API on React applications, and you can watch the whole campaign and what are the playlists that are being played on that particular window or particular screen, and then you can see the data, what is the cost of deploying one ad on that screen, or what is the how many people have actually watched that screen, and things like that. So we have used Koi SDK, and whatever you upload on our platform is directly uploaded on their platform, Koi.rocks, and all the NFTs are basically of atomic NFT standard. So we are also working on creating something dynamic NFT campaigns by using Koi codes. So if anybody wants to know more about the application and how it is all working on, or you want to use our alpha version, please contact us after the presentation. We will be happy to share it with you. And I will continue with my presentation. So we have designed some games in our application, which we are calling rat traps, in which the normal daily users' day-to-day internet habits are being used as an input for games, and whole algorithms are designed so that we can get them values for their interaction and for their activities. So whenever a screen is created on our platform, a game is also created along with that. Whenever a campaign is uploaded on our platform, a game is created with that. And whenever an audience interact with the screens, or whenever content creators deploy a campaign on the screen, the game are being played, and the results are that they receives additional incentives and revenue apart from what they get from the brands for their advertising campaigns. So our future roadmaps lies like this. We have created an API for website advertisements, and we have created certain hardwares uh, for advertising, for which includes a control circuit which is capable of minting crypto tokens, as well as controlling any LED screens that are available in the market. Apart from that, we have also created an API for advertising. Sorry, I had already told that. So the idea here is to create an internet of advertising assets, through which we can create a web around our audience, so that the business can interact and engage with them directly, and the audience can get incentivized returns from the interaction that they make with the advertisements. So right now we are in our alpha stage. We have created a platform and we are testing with our initial users. So if you want to be one of the initial users or one of the early adopters of our ecosystem, please let us know. And I am working on it for the last 3 years with my friends and other co-founders, Rishabh, Swapnil, Vinay. If anybody has any questions or want to know anything more about the application and the platform or the ecosystem, please let us know after the presentation. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your attention.
Perfect. Thank you, Kishan. Very cool to see you guys integrating Koi as much as you are, and getting those atomic NFTs. Okay, so I think Uniku, you've solved these technical problems. So let's get started with your presentation.
Yes, thank you very much. Trying to share my here. So can you see the presentation?
No, I can't see the screen being shared.
Okay. And now?
Now I can see it. Looks good.
Okay. Thank you very much. So hi, everyone. Let me introduce ourselves. My partner, Danny, is a software engineer, and I'm Inigo, a product designer. We're going to talk about Uniku. So what's Uniku? Uniku is this is a Uniku tag. It's a sticker with a transparent layer with some glitter grains embedded. These grains make it unique and difficult to counterfeit. We take a picture with a high-resolution scanner and store it so that anyone can later verify the tag against the scan. This is my mom. She turns 80 this week. When she was a child, she migrated to the town with her parents, looking for a better future. This antique basin is one of the few things that she has conserved from her mother's house in the village. I've always seen it in her room, and it has become part of her. So I took some pictures and made her tell me the story of the basin. I then uploaded the pics and her words to a Uniku tag, and I stuck it under the bottom of the basin. Now this object will hold my mom's memory forever. Because the value of a special object resides not only in the object itself, but also in its story. If you go to an art fair, you will see this. You will hear all the art sellers selling stories to the potential customers. So the mission of a Uniku tag is to protect this value. How do we do that? In order to protect the value, Uniku provides these 3 key functionalities. It can authenticate, archive data, and connect the object to the markets. Actually, there are more than a few use cases for these tags, but let me tell you an interesting one. This is a centuries-old problem, which collectors can never be sure about the number of copies of a print or photograph. Often, unofficial copies, real or fake, appear in the market. What happens, of course, is that the market discounts their existence by lowering the average price. So that's a problem for the artist, of course. Now, an artist can easily prove the number of copies simply by creating a set of unique tags. But these are features. Let's look at the tags from a different angle. This is the value proposition. Unico solves some really deep, really basic human needs. First, users can sign, seal, assert the truth, and signal trustworthiness. Unico works like a signature. It's like a signature. Second, a user can tell stories and avoid oblivion. If there's something as human as telling a story, is the desire of transcending. And third, users can prove ownership, protect the asset, and exchange it in a market. So these are quite important needs that Unico tries to solve. Unico is now an MVP, a minimum viable product, and we found early adopters. Try the QR to see how it works, if you want. This example is an oil painting from a friend. It has the tag on the frame, as you can see in the second picture, the story in the QR code, and a linked NFT. So our objectives for this Open Web Foundry are these three. One, we would like to test our WIF as the piece that will complete our product. We think it fits perfectly. Second, we want to meet people who want to participate, grow the team. And third, we would like to get some funding because we have been bootstrapping until here, and we feel that the time is right. So please reach out. Of course, if we can help you, also let us know. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys, if you want to reach out to any of the founders, we're going to do the mingle session afterwards, and you guys can also grab their Discord or LinkedIn or emails. Okay, and Kay, I believe everything is worked out on your end now. So if you want to come up and present CryptNote, which is a Web3 permanent storage note collaboration product. Possibly having some more technical issues here. Okay, Kay, in that case, we'll get Ian from ShareWeave to come up and present. Ian, are you ready to go? Okay, so having some technical issues here. In that case, we've got another project. We've got Ubicom. Are you guys ready? Leo and Sasha. Okay, apologies, Leo. Ian is able to come up. Perfect.
All right, is this good now? I've never used Gather Town before.
Yeah. It's
right.
it's not in presentation mode. We can see like the presenter view. Yeah. Can you make it in presentation mode?
Hit what button?
Yeah, just top right. The play button on the top right.
You don't mean in Gather Town, you mean in the slides.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Yeah. There you go. Now it's perfect. You can start now.
All right, so ShareWeave is, first of all, hey everyone, thank you for having me here. I know it's a little noisy here, but I'll try to do my best. So ShareWeave is an SDK that lets your users share anything with the world. So it's kind of like a content management service, but with that sharing aspect, where instead of companies sharing with the world, the users can share publicly. The internet is all about sharing. It was really at the core of its creation to be able to share stuff, often share stuff for free. But it is naturally leading to centralization because most people don't want to maintain their own website. At the same time, creating social sites is hard It means managing a lot of things that people I've talked to who have some experience with social sites haven't really fleshed out everything because it's just a lot of work. And there's so many sites that do this, like Hacker News, Hacker Noon, Dev.to, Wikipedia, Chrome Web Store, and a lot more I didn't list here. So ShareWeave is going to make all of this easy. It's a product targeted towards companies and targeted towards developers. It's a simple way to manage content sharing. The data is going to be stored on Arweave, and apps can use full or partial decentralization depending on their needs. But either way, the data will always be on Arweave and accessible through normal means. So the API is going to be very, very simple. And when you use this API, you're also going to be able to see everything in a easy graphical user interface like this, where you can just like view all of your data and remove posts. Obviously, you're not really removing it because it's permanent, but you can hide it from your interface. So we could really use your help. I've had a few great people help. I had someone who made the logo. I had someone who helped a lot with the design. I had someone who helped with the back end and someone who's going to help more with the back end. But we could really use more help from the Arweave community. It's open source. It's on GitHub. We're still not at the MVP yet. Probably in the middle between having nothing and having an MVP. Some things we could especially use help is getting a nice rconnect login flow using Verdo ID, helping with the design, helping with the front end, which is written in Svelte, and also giving feedback. We'd really love feedback at this stage. And especially if you are a developer or know anyone who's built a developer, or maybe even you know someone, what is it?
You can continue, Ian, sorry.
Oh, or maybe you even know someone who's made a social website, whether they made it on Web 2 or Web 3, I'd really love to hear some feedback from people. So you can join the Discord, and I will post the link in the chat. And I'd love to talk with anyone after the presentations. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, if anyone wants to help out, the Discord's right there. Really excited to see how this project will develop, and thank you for taking this on such short notice, Ian. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yes, I don't think everybody caught that because you moved off the spotlight tile, but yes, we're also very excited to be working with you. Okay, next up we'll have Ubicom with Sasha and Leo. And they're going to be talking about an end-to-end encrypted decentralized email. So Sasha and Leo, if you could just come up and stand on these two tiles here.
Yes, hello everyone. Let me share the screen. Here we go.
Perfect.
Sasha needs to come to the microphone. One second. All right, he's moving.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. Give him a second.
Sasha, you could just take the one in the middle there. Or yeah,
all right,
stay there. That's
okay.
Perfect.
Do you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so Leo, I shared with you another file. Well,
that's
anyways.
the file with this. Okay, well, that's the last file.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Sasha, and I want to talk about Ubicom today. And Leo will continue, and he will explain how Ubicom is integrated with Arweave. He'll show you a demo, actually. So what is Ubicom? Well, the name actually stands for Ubiquitous Communication, and it also contains a reference to a book by Philip K. Dick. You can look it up. And it is a decentralized infrastructure of digital avatars. So what are the digital avatars? They're exactly as they sound. They are representations of people or things, digital representation, and they're not tied necessarily to real-world identity. They're avatars. Now, the structure of this avatar is very, very simple. It has a name, which is essentially user-selected name, and a public key associated with that name to allow for cryptography. We're using elliptic curve cryptography in our system. So these avatars, they're stored in essentially a directory. And this directory lives on blockchain. So therefore, decentralized directory of digital avatars. That's what it is. Some of the use cases that we thought about, we actually started with email, with the decentralized email protocol. So in this protocol, the way it works is that having email of your friend, essentially you send in a request to this decentralized registry. You get the public key from the registry, you encrypt your email, you send it to your friend, and then only your friend can read it because only your friend would have a private key. Now, this is by default end-to-end encrypted system. No one can snoop on you, no one can read your emails, no one can sell you ads. If you live under an oppressive regime, government cannot read your email even if they intercepted it. And the decentralized nature means that it is really difficult to block access to this email. So even if powerful state actors want to prevent you from reading your communications, really hard, and they cannot ban your account either because it belongs to blockchain and it's really difficult to close off your access. Among other applications, we thought about two other immediate applications. One would be to apply it to the Internet of Things. For example, it's not only people who can be represented by the avatars, but also things, say your car, your baby monitor, your security camera, your garage door. Right now, all these things, they are connected to internet through hodgepodge of firmware. Some of this firmware is good, some of that is not as good. And it creates security loopholes through which thieves can enter, and it happened before. So someone can take possession of your entire network by going through a weak link such as your vacuum cleaner. What we offer is a robust protocol for secure communication between things and people, or between things and things. And another application is Universal Wallet, where it's very easy for you to represent your wallet because it's just your name that you have chosen. So for me, it would be Sasha at Ubicom. And this allows for really easy certification of yourself. For example, when you want to prove your ownership of any goods or services that you purchased. And additional feature here is that if the system from which you bought is compromised and accounts are leaked, it doesn't matter because there is nothing of secret. There no passwords are stored there, and therefore it doesn't offer any additional entry door for thieves to steal your identity. So the project right now is up and running, and in fact, so the code is in GitHub. It's open source. The email works with standard mail clients. For example, here you have the iOS mail client. It also works with Thunderbird, with Bluemail. You don't need to download anything special. It also works as a webmail. You can just log in through a browser. And yeah, it kind of many people are using it today. We're getting more and more users every day. And now Leo wants to talk about integration with RV.
Yes, before I talk about integration with RVIF, I wanted to show you this architectural diagram that we have. So in the middle, we have the identity blockchain where your identity information is stored. That includes your public key, your handle, your name that you chose, and also how people can contact you using various protocols. So all our system is based on its own protocol that's working using gRPC and protocol buffers, but we also have entry points that allow us to integrate to to communicate with the legacy system. We have Ubicom Gateway that allows us to send and receive messages from the legacy email systems. And we have Proxy that exposes such commonly used email protocols as POP3, IMAP, SMTP. So you can use the standard clients to communicate with our system. So the point is it's end-to-end encrypted, it's blockchain-based, but if you want to use it as a regular old email client, you can certainly do this. So now talking about RVIF integration, I'm going to show you a little demo. We have a little bit of time. We had a little bit of time and we spent a couple of hours, a couple of days just hacking it together. So here is my iOS mail client, and it's just standard, normal iOS mail client that you could probably have on your phone as well. So this is my inbox. I have some picture of my dog here, and I think I want to store this picture forever. So the only thing I need to do is to click on this folder here and choose the forever folder, and picture goes to forever folder, and from forever folder it goes to RVIF. But how do you know that it really does that? Because there is no way to tell. Well, actually there is, because as soon as we copy the picture to forever folder, we get this email from our Ubicom proxy that tells us that transaction was submitted to RVIF, and you can check the status of your transaction here. So if you go and look at the status, right now it will be pending. In a little while it will succeed. So if you can look at, for example, all transaction here, you can see this transaction has succeeded. You can see the status. You can see it in a nicer way here. So, and another thing I want to mention, this is encrypted with your private key, so nobody else can see it except you. Also, if you, if for some reason your IMAP inbox gets deleted, it will be all restored from RVIF. I'm not gonna bore you now with demo, but trust me, we tried and it works. So basically it's stored forever, and this is something that you can use in your regular email client. That's all we have. So if you have any questions, find us after the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. I think it's about time to enter the mingle area. So I'll unblock the stage, and everybody, we're going to go into the audience, and we'll chat with you there. If anybody wants to present what they're working on in the next Community Spotlight, we do these every Friday until Demo Day on March 17th. So yeah, if you guys have any projects you want to present, it's jesse@rweave.org, and I'd be happy to talk to you about if you want to present. But we'll see you in the mingle area. Cheers, guys.